Good morning, grade 1. Welcome again to your SST lesson for this week. We are still continuing with the unit 4 and we will be doing chart and graph skills today. In that, we are going to learn how to use a timeline. We are going to cover page 182 and page 183 from your book. Let's quickly look at the objectives of our lesson for today. To interpret timelines to understand the sequence of events, and to construct timelines to place events in students' own lives in chronological order.
Now students, let's see what is a timeline. If you look at this word, you're going to see that it is made out of two different words. One is time and the other one is line. So it has something to do with time and it is probably in form of a line. Okay, let's see what is the meaning of timeline. So a timeline shows the order in which things have happened. A timeline shows days, weeks, months, or even years. So your timeline can be in the form of days, it can be in the form of weeks, or months, or even years. And it can have all of them together in one timeline as well. Alright?
You read a timeline from left to right. The things that happen first are on the left. So you start with putting the events in the order at which they happen from left to right. So similarly, you're going to start reading from left as well, because on the left side of the timeline is the event that happened in the first place, and then moving on it goes second event, third event, and
Now let's look at this example of timeline for Mark. This shows the numbers of years starting from when he was born and when he turned 7 years old. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the timeline shows that he turned 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, and so on until he turned 7 years old. So at 0 you see it says Mark is born. So this is when he was born. Then at 1 there is nothing, at 2 years old there is nothing, and after he turned 2 but before he turned 3 years old, the Mark and his family moved to Elkhart. So they shifted their home to Elkhart just before he turned 3 years old. Then at 4 we do not see anything happening in his timeline, and then just after he turned 5 years old, he started his school. Do you see it? So he was greater than 5 years old and he started his school. So probably it was his first day at the school. Then what do you see when he was 6 years old? What do you see on his timeline? Mark's first bike. So he got his bike as a birthday present when he was 6 years old. Then what do you see when he turned 7 years old? So it was Mark's 7th birthday party. Yes, so if you see this timeline, you're going to see we start reading from left and we move towards right when we are reading the timeline. And you're going to see all the events are in an order of when they happened. So you're not going to see that Mark's 7th birthday is in place of when he was born, because obviously he was born first and then over the years he turned 7 years old. Okay?
now that you all have already learned about timeline, I want you to do page 35 on your practice books. This is your homework. Try solving the questions first yourself, and once you are done, you can come and look at this page here to check your answers. I will say one more time, solve the page yourself first. Just come on this page to check your answers if they are correct or not. This was all from your lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Take care of yourself. Bye.